another level. I'm on another level. I'm on another level. I'm on another level.
Hey, what's up, guys, and welcome back to ETV Reacts. It's your boy ETV, and we are back with another episode. Okay, so like 2 weeks ago, I noticed that Tom dropped a new track called Woke World, and obviously I've had a lot going on, and I've had a lot of stuff to catch up on. And then as I'm looking for the video today, I see that he's got another song and an announcement and a trailer for his new 2 albums. And I'm like, wait, what? Where the hell have I been? Like, I didn't even know. So yes, I do have a lot of stuff to catch up on with Tom and other artists as well. Because there are new artists being suggested for the channel as well, so I'm trying to cater for everybody in the short amount of time that I have. So yeah, we're here with Tom MacDonald today, Woke World. You know it's going to be off the chain because of what it's about, the woke world, and we know how Tom feels about woke world. So I'm nervous, excited, and everything in between. A massive shout out to HOG UK, HOG Forever. Massive shout out to my Texan mama Clara Nielsen. Massive shout out to Mary and everybody else that has stayed connected with me from day one. Appreciate you all. And obviously a massive shout out to Tom and Nova and the rest of the crew. Yeah, I'm nervous. If you're new to the channel, you want to join the Eternals family, hit subscribe, notification bell, like, comment down below what you want me to react to next. As I say, it doesn't have to be just music, it can be anything. If it is music, it can be any type of music, any artist, anything you want, throw it at me. I won't say no. This channel feeds on your suggestions. Just to let you know, I have been doing, obviously I started off with a reaction from Tom about what happened to Charlie Kirk. I've done another 3 reactions on what happened to Charlie. One was, all of them was Tom, Diesel, Samson, and yesterday I did Mises. And every song that was done for Charlie that I've covered is so unique in its own way. They like the messages, like what they're saying, they all drove it home. And I think I said on the Mises one yesterday that there is no way you could pick a favourite of these tracks about Charlie, because they're all so special in their own way. But I have made this playlist for Charlie's, the songs are done for Charlie. If there are any more out there by other artists or whatever the case may be, throw them in the suggestions and I will get to it. And as some of you may know, rule of the channel is once an artist gets 3 reactions, they get a playlist. Mises got his playlist yesterday, so that's there. Obviously Tom's got his playlist. I've got like 100 and more than 100 reactions for Tom. But yeah, check them out. I'll try and put them in the boxes at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. After we've reacted to the track and talked about it, we're going to listen to it again through its entirety without pausing, and that segment is called Vibe Time, where we vibe to the track. So stay tuned for that. I think I've covered everything that I need to cover, so let's get the video up. The video is up. Okay, right. So we've got 136k likes, I thought it'd be more than that. 4 million views, 17th of October, download on iTunes, subscribe to the channel, socials. Written by Tom MacDonald, beat produced by Tom MacDonald, directed by Noble Rockefeller, shot by Noble Rockefeller, Corey Burns and Jenna MacDonald. Special effects by Jared Potter and edited by Nova Rockefeller. Mix and mastered by Evan Morgan. The same crew. I love this. This is why I love Tom and the crew, because it's the same people all the time. And yeah, there's no information. Obviously, if you're new to Tom and you've never heard of Tom before, go to his channel and from a sub, check out his channel, and if you want me to react to something from Tom, then drop in the suggestions. There are a lot of suggestions still for Tom, for his old tracks, that I need to get to. I haven't forgotten about them, I haven't forgotten about the people who suggested them, so please be patient with me. I'm trying to get as many as I can done in the limited time that I've got. So I appreciate all of your patience. We are going to give him the like, because this man never fails. Don't think there's anything else I need to say. I think this might be the shortest intro I've done in a while. Holy shit, bubbles. Is that it? I think it is. Okay, so from the opening shot, he's sat on a broken down police car in the desert. Okay. Does he go to Vegas to shoot these videos? Sorry. Right, okay, I think we're ready. I'm going to stop blabbering. I think I've covered everything. Oh, my brain's not with it. Okay, right. I'm really nervous. Like, how is this going to be? Like, it's going to be like Black Eye Tom, you know, where he's like, or we don't know. Let's go.
America is fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets. America is fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag.
Right there, that opening line. What was it? America's fallen, turning men into women.
America is fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag.
Billionaires have private islands so they can traffic children. Like, holy shit! That was the first line, the first two bars. It's done. Like, seriously, like, what the hell? I thought this might have been a bit more intense and a bit more gritty because of what it's called, What World, but I like it. I've never come across a song by Tom that I've never liked. I've loved every single one of his tracks.
America is fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets. We don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets. We don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or locked up. Trudeau censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day. It's illegal immigrants throwing acid into faces. Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people.
Thank you for speaking up for the UK as well. Like, holy shit, Bubbles, he hit the nail right on the head for that. We did have a phase of like where people were throwing acid in people's faces. Like, it's still going on to this day probably, and it's just not being thrown in the media. But like, he's not just on about America, the world, yeah. But shit, like, he's talking about Canada. Like, you misgender somebody, you can get fined and locked up. What the No, I ain't gonna watch my mouth. What the fuck is wrong with people? Like, what? Why? Why? Like, oh. Okay. I think this might have a build up to it.
Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender private islands where they're trafficking children, the flag is burning in the streets. We don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada.
Sorry, to be fair, especially in the UK, I have never believed a politician. They're all a bunch of liars. And yes, that means you, Mr. Prime Minister. You're the biggest one.
America has fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets. We don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen, their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or locked up. Trudeau censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day. It's illegal immigrants throwing acid into faces. Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people lost their freedom. Great Britain lost its greatness. America to Europe, across the globe.
I'm sorry, but I think that might be fucking part of the track. Oh, I love that he's including the UK in this. Like, he's got so much love for the... Like, people in the UK got so much love for this man. Like, oh, it's... Because, as we know, Tom is Canadian, and he's done a lot more for America than some Americans have. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's facts. He has. Like, look at how much money he raises every year for the veterans. Like, look at what he did for Charlie Kirk. The proceeds of that song he did for Charlie went to Charlie's family. So did Mises. But there's a lot of things that Tom does for his fans. And it's not just American fans or Canadian fans. It's all of his fans around the world. Like, the guy sits there and autographs every album. And they make everything themselves. There's no big company backing them. The house is full of boxes of CDs and albums and merch that they sign or they ship out themselves. You know, Tom's had a bad back and he's carrying boxes to the post office. And then, sorry, I'm going off track, but what I mean is the love he has for his fans, he doesn't even class them as fans. Like, you know, HOG is not a fan club, it's not a movement, it's a family. And this is what Tom brings. Like, he makes everybody feel at home within HOG. And it's such a blessing to see. And now that he's speaking for other countries, like the UK, obviously, where I'm from, like, he's hit the nail on the head. Like, why aren't UK artists, like the big UK artists, talking about this stuff? Why aren't you talking about this stuff? Oh, let me see. You're signed to a massive label that's probably run by someone like Simon Cowell. No disrespect, but dude. I think what he said about the UK, I might be being, cause it might be a bit biased, whatever. But I think so far that might be section of the track. Like, that hit me in the soul, because it's nice for someone to stand up for the UK. I mean, I've mentioned stuff in my tracks, but obviously I'm not as well known as Tom MacDonald or other artists in the UK. Like, this is what I mean. Tom's sticking up for the UK. What about the artists in the UK? What are you doing? I mean, Ren from the UK, he's doing amazing things. Like, he's got a bit of a movement going on. I think I read somewhere that he's trying to open up a clinic in the area where he lives. so it can provide more healthcare for the people around that area who haven't got a lot of resources, shall we say. So there's Ren, but I can't think of another artist from the UK that is trying to make Britain great again. You know, like Tom said, Great Britain has lost its greatness. We lost our greatness years ago. Great Britain hasn't been great since the war. Which is terrible, which is so sad. Wow, this is so impactful. Like, wow.
Turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets. We don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has...
I'm sorry, there is going to be a lot of pause in there, so I don't give a shit. Defunding the police, right? So everybody's like, oh, we hate the police, you know, we shouldn't be giving all this funding to the police and all this. But then on the flip side of that, then when the people that usually say all that stuff, when it's time where they need the police, they've been defunded, so they can't get to you so quickly, or your situation is not as a class as an emergency, so they have other things to deal with that's on the more important on the list. And then they complain then that the police don't do anything for them, when it's you who's defunded, who's made a movement to defund the police. I mean, you're shooting yourself in the foot, really.
In their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or locked up. Trudeau censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day. It's illegal immigrants throwing acid into faces. Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people lost their freedom, Great Britain lost its greatness. America to Europe, across the globe. Every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know, so just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep.
Screw the woke, screw everybody who's woke. And even though this is not like the track itself, like the music behind it is like not like, it's not like Black Eyed Tom where he's like did God Mode or Don't Look Down or something like that. But the words that he's saying, it might be like a slow tempo track, but the words that is coming out of his mouth, the lyrics, it's as impactful as God Mode or Don't Look Down. It's got that same feeling. I might be talking out my ass, but you know, that's how it makes me feel. Oh, and I don't mean disrespect to anybody because when I say this, but you know, when it comes to like you're born a certain way and then you say you identify as something else, that's just ridiculous, you know. I get it if like, you know, if you want to go through the complete change and because you're not comfortable in your body, as long as you're doing it in the right way and for the right reasons, then you do you. But when some people say I identify as a furry or a wolf or something like that, or a leaf, like, or trigender, like, what the fuck is that? Like, seriously. This woke shit has gotten too ridiculous. It used to be a joke. Now it's getting to the point where good people are being taken away from us. Charlie Kirk is a prime example. You know, they tried to take out Trump before he got re-elected. like, it's turning into something that it shouldn't be. It should have been dealt with a long, long time ago, not laughed at. Because now it's turned into something that is getting out of control. And the people who are in charge, I mean, I know Trump's trying his best, but there's the old saying that, I can't remember it. Basically, it's gotten too far. It's like a snowball, and it turns into like an avalanche. Like, you could probably stop something when it's small enough, but when it gathers and it gets bigger and bigger, you ain't gonna stop that. You can probably slow it down a little bit, but it ain't gonna completely stop unless more people get involved. Sorry, that may not have made sense, but this song is making me passionate about what he's saying, and
Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people lost their freedom, Great Britain lost its greatness. America to Europe, across the globe. Every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know, so just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke. Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything woke. Rise up, can't let them define.
ooh, I like that. Burn everything. What? Oh, Tom is such a great producer.
I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything woke. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this woke world down. Burn everything woke. America is fallen, woke became a disease. They made trillions off of mandatory lethal vaccines. The anthem plays and half the country is still taking a knee. Blacks.
Woke is like a disease, you know, making people taking making it compulsory to take a vaccine that for an illness, which I'm sorry was man-made. Some idiot in a lab made something and it got out and they covered it up, and the rest of the world had to pay the price. and it does really hurt me, because someone that I was very close with in my family, which was my grandmother, who I love dearly, she passed because of COVID. But then there's the whole thing where people supposedly passed because of COVID, but there's like theories where they didn't have COVID. It was something like cancer, but they wanted to drive the numbers up, so they said that they had COVID when they, in actual fact, they didn't. Or they may have had COVID, but that wasn't the reason that they passed. There's false numbers being given out. And with the vaccines, making it compulsory, you know, for me personally, I got a phobia of needles for a start, even though I've got tattoos as well. But when it comes to injections, I have phobias. And for me personally, I don't usually put chemicals in my body like that. I don't have the flu jab. I had, when the COVID happened, I had the first, because you're supposed to have two. So you have one, and then I think like 2 weeks later, you have another one. I only had the one because it made me so ill that I never, ever want to feel like that again. So I made the choice of not taking the second one. and I haven't looked back. Do you think I caught COVID since? No. The reason I did have that COVID that one time was because of the COVID jab. So, there it is, you know, and I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one that's happened to. If it's happened to you, please let me know, because that would be the proof that, you know, sorry, I might be way off, but I can only tell you what I know and how I feel and what I've experienced.
Burn what they build to the ground. Burn everything. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this world down. Burn everything. America has fallen, woke became a disease. They've made trillions off of mandatory lethal vaccines. The anthem plays and half the country is still taking a knee. Blacks and whites fighting over whose life matters the least. And Canada has fallen, people can't afford to pay for food. The media's all liberal, it's nothing but the fake news. There's oil in the ground and pipelines they refuse to use. You're only heard if you're Indigenous or LGBTQ. Australia has fallen, Ireland been up in flames. People rioting and dying, divided, fighting for change. And from Canada to Finland, Denmark back to USA, it's a woke world. That's what we're standing up against. America to Europe, across the globe. Every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know. So just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke. Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they build to the ground. Burn everything. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this world down. Burn everything. The whole world's fallen to the globalist elite. They want one God, one leader, one currency. It's the cigarettes, the vaccines, the food that you eat. Either way, the deep state wants you 6 feet deep. Fill your headphones with music, reinforcing their beliefs, and replace your own thoughts with the lies on TV. It's a woke world, and we won't survive if we're asleep. So wake up before you rest in peace. Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they build to the ground. Burn everything. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this world down. Burn everything.
He's done it again. I mean, this is one of the artists out of like a handful that I can mention that truly cares about what's happening and what's going on and wants to make that change. Obviously, he's just one man. This is why he's telling us through music. I don't watch the news or anything like that anymore because, as he said, it's all fake news. It's all bullshit. Just fear mongering, like making people scared of nothing. What I learned from what's happening around the world is from music, especially from like people like Tom MacDonald, Ren, as I've mentioned. There's a few others like Adam Coleherne, Mises, Upchurch. That might be unpopular, but you know, he does, you know, and these are the people that's doing all this by themselves with no backing from any labels. This is why they got the freedom to say what they want to say, because they got no one in their ear saying, if you say this, we're going to drop you from the label and you're going to lose everything. You know, dangling your life on a string. It's puppets. That's what they're trying to make us all into, is puppets. Puppets of society. And we as a collective, we need to like stand up and say, no, this is not right. The people in charge, you need to pull your finger out and you need to sort this out. Like, because otherwise it's just, because of everything that's going on, like with Charlie Kirk and everything, if this gets too much, it could kick off a massive war, and it's not going to be anything like over anything like it's pathetic. You know, people losing their lives over something so pathetic that started off as like a joke. Now it's not. I'm sorry. There's a lot I want to say, but I gotta be careful how I say things because of YouTube and stuff. And obviously, I don't want to offend anybody. I do care about people's feelings, but at the same time, I'm not going to stand by and watch this world go to shit because of stupid idealists. Right, we're gonna listen to that again through its entirety without pausing. We are in vibe time, so let's kick it off, because I need to hear that UK part. I think the UK section where he speaks about what's happening in the UK, I think that's my favourite part of the track. And that's not just because I'm from the UK, it's because, like I said, I mean, I've made songs about what's happening in the UK, but I'm not as well known as Tom, so it's not gonna, that message ain't gonna go far. So for someone like Tom and the following that he's got to, you know, let people know what is happening around the world, not just America or Canada, you know, it's around the world. You know, he's sticking up for everybody, not just a few. I hope you know what I'm trying to say, because I'm saying stuff, I don't know if it's coming out properly. It's probably coming out like mumble jumble, but wow, I didn't expect this to be so passionate and so impactful. Like, okay.
America's fallen, turned our men into women. Our billionaires get private islands where they're trafficking children. The flag is burning in the streets. We don't believe the politicians. We defunded the police and free speech has been restricted. And Canada has fallen. Their dollar ain't worth a buck. If you misgender someone there, you're getting fined or locked up. Trudeau censored the internet, then they banned half the guns. The trucker convoy was the last breath of freedom in their lungs. And the UK has fallen, getting woker every day. It's illegal immigrants throwing acid into faces. Protests and riots, COVID record inflation. The people lost their freedom. Great Britain lost its greatness. America to Europe, across the globe. Every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know. So just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke. Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything woke. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this woke world down. Burn everything woke. America has fallen, woke became a disease. They made trillions off of mandatory lethal vaccines. The anthem plays and half the country is still taking a knee. Blacks and whites fighting over whose life matters the least. And Canada has fallen, people can't afford to pay for food. The media's all liberal, it's nothing but the fake news. There's oil in the ground and pipelines they refuse to use. You're only heard if you're indigenous or LGBTQ. Australia has fallen, Ireland been up in flames. People rioting and dying, divided, fighting for change. And from Canada to Finland, Denmark, back to USA, it's a woke world. That's what we're standing up against. America to Europe, across the globe, every country, every city, every neighborhood and home. It's infecting everything and everybody that we know, so just say it. Screw everything woke. Say it at the top of your lungs, don't let it go. Scream it out into the streets, I promise that you're not alone. Go ahead, say it with your chest way down deep in your soul, but just say it. Screw everything woke. Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything woke. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this woke world down. Burn everything woke. The whole world's falling to the globalist elite. They want one God, one leader, one currency. It's the cigarettes, the vaccines, the food that you eat. Either way, the deep state wants you 6 feet deep. Fill your headphones with music, reinforcing their beliefs, and replace your own thoughts with the lies on TV. It's a woke world, and we won't survive if we're asleep. So wake up before you rest in peace. Rise up, I can see your fire. You and me, we can burn what they built to the ground. Burn everything woke. Rise up, can't let them divide us. You and me, we can burn this woke world down. Burn everything woke.
Wow. I've said it before, I think Tom would make a great world leader. I feel that we especially need to protect this man at all cost. Not just him, but the people around him, like Nova, his family. Because I am a little scared, after what happened to Charlie Kirk. Who are they going to go after next? Who's got the biggest voice at the moment when it comes to this? Our man Tom. So we need to protect him at all cost. Not just him, everybody who wants to put an end to this stupidness of woke. Like, how can you call yourself woke if you're acting like a buffoon? Nobody's got a moral compass anymore. Nobody's got any common sense anymore. And it gets me upset because, I'm quite old school. I'll hold the door open for somebody if I'm sitting on a bus or in the doctor's and reception or something, and someone walks in with a child, or maybe they're disabled or elderly or pregnant, whatever the case may be, I will offer my seat to them. I like to make sure that I say please and thank you when needed to, that I don't go out my way to offend people or hurt people's feelings. I'm very sensitive to people's feelings. I'm a sensitive guy. As you know, in the past, you've seen me cry on YouTube because I'm listening to a song that's so that hits me so much that it makes me cry. Hence why I've started wearing sunglasses, because you can't see it. But yeah, I mean, people with old school morals are a dying breed, and it's getting taken over by these stupid idealists who are destroying the world like, there's people out there who say that they're doing what they're doing to save the world and all this crap, but in actual fact, it's you who's making the damage. Yeah, if you consider yourself woke, you need to fucking grow up. I really don't know what to say. Thank you, Tom. Truly, thank you. I know you'll never see this, but thank you. Not just for everything that you've done, but especially in this track, you know, standing up for the UK like you did, and not just the UK, but other countries. Thank you. And I'm pretty sure I'm saying this on behalf of everybody that has a brain. Massive shout out to HOG. Peace and love to everybody. I mean, there's a lot of let's make America great, or let's make Britain great again. Let's just make the world better. Sorry. I think I need to go and reevaluate my life. This is why I love Tom as well, because he makes you think, puts everything into perspective. I can't even fucking talk. You know what I mean, hopefully. Makes you realise that anything petty going on right now, there's a lot more going on. Yeah. Shout out to Tom, everybody, HOG. Love you all. If you're new to my channel and you want to join the Eternals family, hit subscribe, notification bell, like, comment down below what you want me to react to. It doesn't have to be just music, it can be anything. And if it is music, it can be any type of music, anything you want, any artist, throw it at me. I won't say no. Till the next one, guys. Peace out.